another week. So, as you saw last week, I bought a box. The old temptation of sitting staring at it on the shelf at work was just too much to bear. Went for the smaller box, as you saw, and got it a bit cheaper. On second thoughts, the 600 by 400 by 300 deep, too big. It's literally like a third the size bigger again than that one, believe it or not. It doesn't look it, but when you put them side by side you think, holy fuck. So I was just digging out a few parts. Just going to twizzle you around and show you the spares I have, and I can make a start. So let's see what I got. So as you can see, this is the spare parts. So got some 40s, some 60s, so that'll be for the 5.5 kilowatt. That'll be more than enough for the 3 kilowatt. Spare voltmeter, shunt for the amp meter, but I may switch this style of meter out because I'm having issues with them, as in they keep fading on the display. I might go for one where you get the little hoop that goes around the live wire, reads it that way. I think that might be better because I think it's getting a spike coming through and screwing up this. So this is a heat sinks I was telling you about. I got off a floodlight. Just cleaned this one up because it was absolutely minging. Took it apart. So a fairly substantial heat sink. Got two more of these, but I don't think I'm going to need two. I think one's going to be enough. Because look, I think that's going to be plenty. Or I could just go the 1 and 1. What do you think? So all I have to do is cut a hole in the box. I'll just turn that box upside down. Spin you around, which is here. Hole. Oh, look at that. Two of them would just fit in there nicely. And with a hole to spare. Yeah, that might happen. What do you think? That just might be the trick. Maybe it'll fall through that. Ooh, it doesn't. Make up a bracket to hold it in. Yeah. We're working on the fly, so two of them's going on. I'll just screw, got some metal somewhere, some aluminium. I'll just screw across, support it in the middle. Two heat sinks, perfect. Brilliant job. Right, spare one of these. I've actually got 2 or 3 of these in the panel. 2 small ones and 1 bigger one. I was running 1 on each pump and running 12 volts to something else. I think it's the LED lights. Yes, the LED lights. Because the LED lights are 12 volt rather than mains power. Could be wrong. Or some of them are 12 volt, some of them are mains power. So them. That one's knackered. Never worked from it, took it out the box. That one works. So it doesn't take long to hardwire them. It'll do for a template for cutting holes. 2 spare switches with double contacts on the back. So if you are doing 12 volt, you can switch low volt one side and mains power the other. Same with those. Got those off eBay from a company in Northern Ireland. They're only about 3-4 quid each. Arrived 2-3 days later. Spare time clock, so I can actually cut the hole, get it ready without taking the other panel apart. That's the box. So you can see I have enough to get me panel started without butchering. I haven't got any spare idiot lights, but I know the hole saw I've got. Once I cut them, the holes for that, they'll fit. Same with the key switch. Yeah, it'll work. So Yeah, right, just twizzle you back. So yeah, enough parts to get me started. So we're going to have probably all the holes cut, probably 90% of the wiring put in place for what do you call it, getting it wired up, and that way it'll only matter then just maybe one weekend, pull everything out, butcher it all in. And why am I changing colour? For fuck's sake. No, ignore that. So yeah, just butcher everything out and put it up. Need to think about the volume knob, if I want for a better word, dimmer for the element, where I'm going to put it, because it does generate a lot of heat. So I will have to have a couple of spare fans kicking about there somewhere in that box. Plus I'll have the fan off the one that's on there already to come off. Two actually. Well, three, because I've one on that box too. So yeah, lots to keep me busy, so you'll start seeing that maybe in the next few weeks. Times are a bit hectic at the moment trying to get started on this, but I will video it and you can see me butcher it up, one for a better word. Hopefully I won't butcher it as bad as that one, but that's going to be spare, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I may even start buying bits and rebuild it. I could sell it then, don't know. Will somebody buy it? That's the one. What else is happening? Just dry hop the rust bucket. 60 grams of Amarillo and 40 grams of Citra. That's just done that there about half an hour ago. So yeah, things are happening, but yeah, so that's probably going to take priority now for a while, because I can still brew, but if I have anything go wrong or I don't get time halfway through switching panels, I bought some kits to tide me over, so I can always do them in the house and put them up with a shitload of hops, as you do. I haven't done a kit in over, how long? I mean, when did I last do a kit? Must be 18 months at least. That'll be novelty. Playing around with a kit beer. Ooh. So, I do miss that twang. No, I don't. So that's it for this week. Things is happening. Shitload of bits. Oh, I had something else turn up. I haven't, with buying this brew panel and adding bits to it to make it bigger, blah blah, get in the packet. I had no spare pumps because another one died there a while ago, so I've got two spares now, because I'm probably due one to fail shortly. Usually the mash tun pump goes. So it was leaking oil there for a minute. Sellotape. But anyway, yeah. So 2 spares. Should keep it going a while. All turned up in the week. See, stuff from China is actually turning up now within about 3-4 weeks. Don't know what's going on. Waiting 3, 4, 5 months for stuff, and then it's all here. I don't know when I'm going to... Well, I'm going to buy a new amp meter for definite. And any of you smart electronic guys out there, is there a little... You probably saw me messing around with... What do you call it? Where is it? Amongst my vast array of pulse width modulators. Let go. Hold on. Right, yeah, sorry about that. I wouldn't mind. I don't know if you saw me wire this one up. I think you did. Yeah, well, it must have. I wonder if there's a way of adding something like this. So actually, rather than, you get a digital version of it winding down and winding up. Would be a nice feature. I was wondering where the 25 amp one of them went. No. Yeah, this one didn't work. I wonder, is there a way I could... No, there isn't. Just had a quick look. There isn't. I wonder, was there a way I could add this? Just add a separate amp meter, put it around the live. Around the live. That'll work. That'll work. Buy two then. So, that's that. I'm not going to bore you anymore. It's probably got already way too long. So give me a few weeks to start putting these up. Schedule's a bit off, not next week, the week after, and then I'm off a month after that. So it may be a bit sporadic, but it will be there, trust me. I'll let you see how I get on, fuck it up, whatever. More likely fuck it up, but anyway. But it's going to be wired properly. That is a definite. So I need to get some extra DIN rail, because I probably will need it. And I'll be getting some more panel wire, 2.5, 1.5, and some 6 for the big element, 6 square. What else will I be getting? I'll be getting some RCBOs for I called them RCDs in the last video. RCBOs for the 2 elements and the pump. And I'll be getting some fully insulated small DIN rail buzz bars. Got them at work, so I'll grab 2 or 3 of them so I can use the contactors and do. Plus I'm going to try and rob the buzz bars out of that, because it'll bloody well need it, because the buzz bars are like, can't see, yeah, that long, and I use most of them in there. So in fact I think I used 3: live, neutral and earth. So if I can get them out and attached to the box, happy days. Otherwise I'm a bit scuppered. Yes, I'm waffling. Right, I'm away. Have a good one. See you next week.